Overwatch Classic event brings back the original heroes, abilities, and maps. Michael, is this enough though with Marvel Rivals just around the corner? Tom Ivan over at VGC. Blizzard has announced Overwatch Classic, which is billed as a series of nostalgia including events that take players back to the game's early days, featuring original heroes, abilities, and maps in the classic 6v6 team-based format. The first such event will run from November 12th to December 2nd. Quote, each Overwatch Classic event will feature heroes and balance from performance moments in the game's history, ranging from the fast-paced and frantic gameplay of the 2017 Moth meta to the triple tank, triple support style of GOAT's, Blizzard said. Here you go, Michael. Quote, in the first Overwatch Classic, it looks like I repeated it here. Yeah, Michael, does this interest you at all to pull you back in? Because as they noted here, in November, tens of millions of players flocked to Fortnite, right? Everybody else is starting. It's so hard to keep that game as a service. We just came off of the topic of Apex Legends, right? Holding in the player base. Can they do that? All of a sudden, Fortnite brings back the OG season 2. Boom! It blows up once again. Everybody dives back in, right? Is this something that Overwatch is now paying attention to with Activision Blizzard going, hey, it's working for them. Can it work for us?
It's kind of this way of remastering your game without remastering it completely, right? Like it's a trend that everybody's doing. It's just one of those, like, I don't have to remaster the whole game. As you said, Fortnite did it. We're getting Verdansk in early 2025, the original Call of Duty Battle Royale map. We talked about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft Classic has been out for a few years now. I think it started in 2020 with players flocking to it. I'm sure Blizzard has seen that and like, all right, maybe that makes sense. As a 3-week game mode, I think it'll bring some players back in. I might have to go check it out, right? I played a ton of Overwatch when it first came out. Haven't really touched it since Overwatch 2. As they said, I was curious how it was going to be, right? Because there are times in the game where it was really, really popular, and you had times like GOATs where if you talk to people who played Overwatch, like, yeah, I stopped playing because of that. And Blizzard, at least for now, knows, look, this is going to be like just like May 2016. You're firing up Overwatch for the first time. You're playing just the original heroes, just the original maps. I want to say they said for like the first few days, it's anything goes. You can do 6 of anybody, and then it'll go back to that 2-2-2 style you kind of got used to. So I think it's a good idea, right? You get a few players back in, and as you talked about, through Marvel Rivals is right around the corner, right? They need to get people hooked back in on Overwatch to keep them off of Marvel Rivals. I think this event ends a couple days before Marvel Rivals, which I thought was interesting. Figured you want to carry that one out, but I think Blizzard sees the writing on the wall. They see that Fortnite's getting success with classic maps, and they see that Marvel Rivals is coming, and they need something big.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that they see the competition just around the corner, and it terrifies them, right? I think that's really what it comes down to, is like, I don't think we're going to be able to keep the player base here. Because, dude, what are we waiting for, Michael? You and I, my son, dude, we are waiting for Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
That's what I'm waiting for, right? And then, granted, I've played Overwatch, and I played Overwatch 2, and I had fun. I think it's a solid game. I had a good time at the end of the day. Hung out with my kid, and dude, like, he loves Overwatch and Overwatch 2. We have a great time playing that. But for me, I'm like, yo, it's these Marvel heroes. Like, let's go. That's where the competition comes in. But it's like games as service model. How do you keep people invested for years and years and years to come? Eventually, everything dies off, Michael. And I'm starting to see the fatigue of battle royales. We're starting to see the fatigue of hero shooters. Again, on the rise, though, with Marvel Rivals. Something a little bit more, I don't want to say more unique, but unique in the fact that the IP is what the draw is there, right? If it was another generic Concord, dude, Marvel Rivals wouldn't have the same, the hype level, right? We wouldn't even be looking at it probably. We'd probably never even consider it. But we were going to play our heroes that we've grown up with. Now we're in a whole different game. But when it comes again, yeah, let's pull in the classics. What, like you say, dude, it's a remaster, but not technically a remaster. Nice little catch. We'll see how it plays out, though.